Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Dead Cells. You know, I gotta say, I'm still having a really good time with the game. The runs are stressing me out a little bit because it's asking of us at this point a pretty high level of performance, I think. And it's tough, but I'm still having a lot of fun and I'm really proud of the progress that I've made. When I started this series, I thought there was no way we would get to see the ending, and now I'm wondering, you know? I think there's a real... I believe we are going to be able to beat 4 cells, and then we'll see. We'll see what 5 cells looks like. But it totally might be doable, and I'm really pleased that has turned out to be the case. Anyway, I think we might be taking this tube immediately to our left here, because I like S-rank starred pyrotechnics. I like this weapon a lot. Throwing fireballs at people is a lot of fun. It has an owl. Yeah, let's do this one. Now the question is, do you take the fans or do you take the shield? I think I'm probably gonna take the shield. Yeah, I do like to have a shield. I also like to have an owl. Alright, let's do it. So I'm really pleased about what we saw. Boy, elites right away, huh? Jeez. Wow, that really worked. Do we have oil on our necklace? Oh, we totally do. That's awesome. I didn't even realize that. I didn't look at the necklace when I picked it up, but that's very helpful. I'm really pleased about the way that last episode ended. By which I mean, I like the fact that it is still possible to die because of health depletion. Like, we've been so worried about the malaise for so long that I was wondering if effectively, instead of being like another concern, a complication, I was wondering if the malaise had effectively replaced health as like the thing that realistically runs out and ends your runs on this difficulty. And I'm really happy to see that they are both still in play. Like it's more difficult than just, you know, the malaise is the new problem that has replaced the old problem. Now you have more problems. You have so many problems. And that sounds like it's not a great thing, but I mean, that's what I want from... When I do an increase in difficulty in a game, I don't just want difficulty, I also want complexity. And I think the fact that the enemies later in the run do enough damage that we actually do have to still care about our health, and that we still can die from health loss, means that that's what we've gotten here. We've gotten additional complexity out of the malaise. I've never met the game that was too complex for me. And a lot of times when I say things praising complexity, I get comments, people who are like, you know, complexity is not depth. And I totally agree. It is possible to have a thing be needlessly complex, or even not even needlessly. Let's not say needlessly. Let's say complex for no benefit. Just that it's perfectly clear what we mean. And I'm into it. I like it when things are complex just for the sake of complexity. Let's kill this guy now before we worry about this other thing. So we're at 29. We are going to get our combo clear before dealing with the elite up there. Let me make sure both these guys will be stunned by the door. There we go. Okay, and now whatever this elite's bullshit is, we are ready-ish to deal with it. Thank you, Owl. Oh, yeah, that's a good thing to have too. Alright, send the owl into overdrive. Hey, that wasn't so bad. That worked out. Oh, interesting. I really, really want to do a run with this weapon. I think we're going to sell this one, because I don't really want to take it in place of my my ranged weapon or my shield. But I really want to try the Status Stiletto. It's so easy to get bleeds on people. I feel like you'll be able to just crit with that 100% of the time. And that's the place I want to be in, critting 100% of the time. Yeah, give me purple. Sweet, sweet purples. Hard to imagine what we would be willing to spend money on at this point. So I do believe that the path we're running is the right one. Slumbering Sanctuary is tough, but I think, based on everything we've seen, I think the right move here is just going to be learning the Sanctuary enough to be able to beat it more consistently, rather than trying to reroute around it. I think, like, realistically, Our best plan is either that or going back to the sewer path and learning to do the prison depths a little bit better, or the corrupted prison rather. And I'm not necessarily opposed to going that way if the slumbering sanctuary turns out to be an intractable problem, but I don't think it will be. I don't think it's going to be that bad. I think we'll keep the owl for now. Oh, that's bad. Okay, you really don't want to land between the enemies like that. Let's let this guy come back over here and surprise him. I really thought I was going to be able to get that down quickly enough to not have to be afraid of the rat. Alright, it's fine. We have plenty of cherries around to restore our malaise here. And we got our combo already, so I'm feeling okay about it. It's a pretty good shield. That is definitely one of my favorite shields, especially if you can get the star effect on it that makes it so it bleeds. The bleed spreads to other nearby enemies. It's really, really... You put out a lot of damage very quickly off a pretty small number of parries with that thing. Oh, this is bad. Yep, almost took that projectile, and then did get caught by that rat. Let's draw them up here. Turns out, if you can just get your enemies to stand in an oil fire, it kind of solves all your problems, huh? I will wait for a big green here to turn around. Get him! Yeah, why do my own work when we can just have the owl do all of our work? Alright, let's go back and get those cherries and get out of here. Are we going to be at full health? We are. Cool. All comboed up and at full resources. We are going to have to carry this this hunter's grenade for quite some time. Do we know for sure that there are enemies left even in the ossuary who need to be printed at this point? We might be taking it all the way to the sanctuary. I will say this, the starting room is starting to get pretty full. Those jars are looking pretty full. We're probably at like over 80% of the total items at this point. Although the tailor's room sure still has a lot of jars empty. Oh man, I mean, it still starts fires and everything. As lame as it might be, I think we're gonna take this. It seems really good. Wow, a rapier that spreads oil is pretty fun. We gotta, right? They want us to have it so badly. Bonus damage on electrified targets. Remember that will only affect the damage of the actual projectile. That said, I mean, there are some downsides to using this thing, right? It's really, really bad at recovering health because, again, only the actual projectile can do it. So the fire is better for that purpose, but we're not going to get to that part of the game for a little while. I think let's use this for right now, even at the risk of making this run feel quite similar to the last one. And apologies for that. Hard to argue with the efficacy, you know? I will say that this build has no way to score the Hunter's Blueprints. We're gonna have to trade out this owl at some point. And I still think the heart is an important tool for managing our malaise. At the moment, at least. We're doing a better job of it, but we're not doing a better enough job. Wow. Okay. Declaration of intent on the game's part. Oh, I should spawn my owl. Wow, he's just gonna go handle that, huh? Listen, I could go back to the entrance and take a nap if you just want to do this. And the enemies don't respond to that at all. Weird. Man, I really like the shot leaving a trail of flames. That feels powerful. this... Okay, this feels like poor sportsmanship. Which is not to say that I'm not going to do it, of course. You know what else is poor sportsmanship? The malaise. Probably the best way to do this is going to be... Here, let's walk him away. I'll drop down on this side. There's enough room here to roll without hitting the spikes. Although, there almost wasn't for that second roll. Do we want to take it now? The owl is very good, but also plus 50% stun duration is real strong. You know what? I'm going to take it at the risk of maybe sacrificing a lot of damage output. This at least gives us a way to capture blueprints, and also it's... Listen, I'm capable of doing the work myself, I'm pretty sure. I don't think we need the owl. Man, this weapon. Oh, I think I hit green instead of purple. I mean, it doesn't really matter. We're probably not going to spend... I'm pretty happy with my stun grenade here. So is this a weapon that we would still want to have by the time we hit the giant? Do I think this would be effective? We could have a pretty big cloud of gas up for the phase when the eyeball pops out. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe this would be an okay weapon for giant fighting. You definitely want something that could put out, like, real burst damage, if you can get it, though. I mean, honestly, I'd still like to try the fight with a giant killer. Obviously, we're not building the stats for that right now. Yep, showing me who's boss. I love it when he puts the shield up and then just sits there and waits. This is a no, right? Oh, right, we have reveals invisible enemies on our thing. Yeah, that's a... It does have relevant stats on it. It does have a point of relevant stat. And honestly, I don't think we need the oil. And also, honestly, reduces damage from projectiles by 75%. Probably a thing that we are actually going to want to pursue pretty actively on our later necklaces. This is a no. Boy, I really don't like how short my roll is relative to the length of the spike strip there. I'm trying not to jinx it. I'm trying not to... I don't believe in jinxes, but also I'm trying not to jinx it. But I feel pretty good about the way this is starting. Receiving an early good alchemical pistol feels like the game is saying to us, hey, do you want to have a chance? How would you like to have a chance today? I think I'm going to keep the projectile damage reduction, honestly. Yeah, man. Just like, what if we threw an extra damage over time effect on top of your already very impressive damage over time effects? It might be the perfect weapon. This might be the finest weapon ever made by man. Do we know... I'm realizing now, here, using the common synecdoche of man as substitute for the human race, do we know that humans are a thing here? It's like, we've seen a lot of creatures. And there's certainly, like, an alchemist and a hand of the king and whatnot, but, like... None of them look much like humans, right? I'm really not making use of my shield, like, at all. Oh, really? Well, that sucks. That was a lot of combo we just lost there. I thought I was far enough away from the center of that I was going to be fine. That's a bummer. I mean, there's certainly still enough enemies left to get the combo off, but still a bummer. Well, it's just clumsiness on my part. Anyway, like I was saying, still enough enemies left, and also we have that watermelon. I almost tried to climb up that spiked wall over there. I was like, I could fit in that hole. Oh, right. This guy's smart. Okay. I don't much care for this situation. I was a little nervous, especially after the way we got bit by that other plant. I was a little nervous whether that was still going to get me chomped. It doesn't look like there's enough room to stand there. But I, perhaps foolishly, decided to trust in the map generator, and it did not punish me. Wow, it is not trivial to get back up to the place we were going. I don't know who built this arboretum this way. It's very bad for workflow. A gardener working in this arboretum cannot be on task nearly as often as you would like. Spend a lot of time wandering the S-shaped corridors. Yeah, we just kind of have a cloud of damage following us everywhere we go. Feels pretty powerful. Oops, that's the wrong direction. That's fine, it was all just setup work. And you know, the biters are effectively just another damage over time effect. Again, cloud of damage. We very rarely see those guys with one mushroom, right? Or maybe actually never. Sometimes they're alone. Often they have two friends. Never just one friend. If one throw happens, the other throw's coming. Nice. Oh, and then this thing's happening. Also, why would you even build a place with spikes, like floor-level wall spikes? You gotta put a railing around those or something. What would be the utility of that? Like when you're asking the architect to put those in, you're asking the builders to install them. What are you telling them? They're just like, well, you know, whatever the king says, he gets. Because I would think this kind of thing would be cause for maybe a public vote of confidence on the competence of our king. And again, it turns out people will put up with almost any kind of evil, I guess. This is not great. This turned into a situation. Never mind, problem solved. Maybe they were installed as back scratchers. Maybe everybody working in the Arboretum was real itchy all the time because of, you know, uncontrolled fungal spores. And they put the spikes in to give people a way to scratch their backs, but they just ordered the wrong size of spikes. These are the wrong gauge. Because you can see how this happens, right? They mean to order much smaller spikes, but they're used to the Imperial system and the Kingdom, the spike ordering contractors in the UK, and they only have metric. And you're like, it says here these spikes are 1 firkin? Is that, how big is a, you Google firkin to inches calculator, but it's the wrong firkin. This is a very complicated Imperial measurements joke. I worked in exciting story time. I worked in logistics for a little while. I had a job. Ooh. Yo, that's a pretty exciting version of the shield we have here. I'm not going to buy a replacement shield, even though that's not that expensive. I don't think it's worth it. Oh, hey, we could just go outside. That's interesting. Do we want to do that? Right, story time. I was working in trucking logistics, designing a computer system, helping to design a computer system to handle their various logistical needs. And part of doing that was implementing a bunch of stuff about weights and measures, you know. People ship freight, and you gotta weigh and measure stuff. And what we discovered is there's a whole bunch of really terrible units of measure that are, I think, pretty much not used anymore, but we were supposed to implement the whole standard. Ow, my ankles. And one of the units of measure that we discovered while working on the thing was the firkin, which I guess is like it was a way to measure barrels of stuff being shipped. You know, back when all shipping took place on boats with barrels. And a firkin is like it's approximately it's one of those measures that's like, well, we had the barrels first, and then whatever fits in a barrel, that's what a firkin is. And so, like, it was a unit of measure that was used for, like, soap, and also beer, and also something else. But because it was just whatever fits in a barrel when they designed the unit, it had a different value for each of those things. And the wild thing about it was, it wasn't even the same, it wasn't measuring the same thing. It's a measurement of, I believe it's a measurement of volume when applied to beer, but a measurement of weight when applied to soap. And let me tell you something, computer systems don't like that kind of nonsense, the kind of edge casey garbage. That was a real nightmare. Hey, this is not better, right? The one we have is real good. So now you know that thing that will never be useful to you. If it has to take up space in my brain, none of you are getting away from it. It's taking up space in your brains too. I will not be the only one who suffers here. I refuse. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Okay, you gotta die. There's no more of you. I do not like that enemy. However, I would rather fight 1,000 of them than have to put up with training dummies. The training dummy is just it's a nightmare in every single possible way. Okay. There's one scroll still to play for here. Let's just not even deal with his charging nonsense. I'm trying to get better about remembering that I have multiple buttons to use in combat. I'm sure you've all noticed at this point I do tend to fixate on one thing, one tactic a lot. Sometimes I can get it into my head to oh wow, this is a big one. Sometimes I can get it into my head to make that one tactic a series of button presses. You know, if we were to get like a Hakudo's bow or something, in theory I could work it in there that like the one thing we do is right click and then left click. But not even all the time. It's tricky. My brain is a nightmare labyrinth that no one navigates unscathed. Not even me. Or especially not me. But, you know, without that, how would we have a blood wheel, right? There are prices to be paid for brilliance, it turns out. Yeah, like, I'm sure we could get to this place with the, what do you call it? With the enemies in the corrupted prison. It's just like, these are not particularly easy enemies relative to, like, the other stuff we've been fighting. It's just, we learned how to deal with them. But I find the goo monster very upsetting. I don't even think it's 100% a mechanical issue. Also, he is scary, right? The sludge ball guy with his big, weird sludge beak. How does that even work? How does a thing like that evolve, I ask you? I mean, I say that, but I guess it is sort of like the apex predator in its environment, so maybe it's not that weird. No. No crystal nonsense. Oh god, I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh, please just die. Please just die. Oh, okay. Hey, we managed to actually get through that. And, like, I used the stun grenade at a time when it was appropriate. I did a parry. Look at all of these first grade level tasks that I am successfully performing. Hooray! I mean, we're not spending money here. I will say it would be nice to have a route where there was a food shop that was available a little later on. Can I tell you, I was scratching my arm. I did not have a hand on the mouse there because I was like, oh, we're definitely done. How could there possibly be any enemies left? I mean, we may as well clean this last guy up. And then go eat that watermelon and be at full resources. It's a pretty promising start. Alright, what is the best way to get where we're going? Okay, there's a teleporter right over there. Careful. There we go. It's so scary. Moving around is so scary in here. There's so many things that can go wrong. Alright. Speaking of things that can go wrong. You know, we're not in a bad position to take on a curse chest. We got a shield, we got a stun grenade. This is very doable. That's really cool, and I'd be super happy to have this if we weren't about to go into the place we're about to go into. And again, like, I want to have the stun grenade. I would totally be willing to trade out my alchemical pistol for a better actual weapon. Or maybe even just a slightly worse but more exciting actual weapon, but none of that stuff works. I think that door might have been poison-proof. Okay, let's think about this. Obviously, the disengagement has non-zero value. Is there something else we would rather have? You know, we do get a lot of play out of Tranquility with this build, probably. It might just... It's probably just disengagement, though. I'm sorry if this is boring. We are probably at a difficulty level where we have to choose boring but effective over exciting but ineffective. I do feel like I'm being sort of pushed to my limit here. I like Balanced Blade. That's probably not actually an upgrade for us at this moment, though. I really like the interesting variants that colorless items can theoretically introduce to a run. Oh god. Please die. Oh hey. That's real bad. That's a real bad kind of enemy to have to deal with at this moment on this platform. Okay. I think I'm going to just go ahead and rely on the stun grenade again. Let's let these guys group up and come back over here a little bit. Alright. Next time the invisible guy comes in and walks away. I do not like the number of knife-throwing enemies that we are being subjected to. Please tell me there are bats. No bats. This would have been a really good time for some bats, you know? They are not making this one super easy on us. This is absolutely doable, but it is requiring a lot of sitting around and waiting for things to line up. Scary times. Okay, there we go. Now we can play the game, presumably in exactly the same way that we've been playing it, honestly. At this level, cursed gameplay is just the same as normal gameplay. I don't think there's actually anything below us to, oh, never mind. There totally is a thing to drop that ceiling on. Well, that was almost effective. I assume he's going to teleport up here when he wakes up? No? Wow. I was mashing the throw grenade button literally the entire time I was on that platform. Just let him spin around in the gas for a while. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I still am not 100% clear what the rules are for skills and why we are often not allowed to use them. I feel like that's a thing that was introduced sometime between this series and the last time we played the game. I'm not intending to keep changing platforms that way. It's a very weird thing. It's very weird panicked movements on my part. Oh, he didn't want to come back. Well, I can't imagine why not. Because I feel like it used to be the case that my memory of playing Dead Cells is that you would press the button for a skill and the skill would happen. Like, pretty much whenever. Okay, there's a legendary something over there. And the Fog Bishop, sadly, is not on this platform. Let's just start the revolution and then run away! Oh, you know, just a slasher. No big deal. Well, it's just a stun grenade. That's really not that exciting. I mean, listen, I'm not going to complain about an upgraded stun grenade, but that really is... It's not a broadening of our capabilities. It is at most a heightening of them. Shoot. Good stun, just build it up. Okay. Damn it. Guy just walked back into the... Hold on, we'll just wait till he walks away again. Okay. Yeah, obviously. Will it actually let me carry 2 stun grenades if one of I guess if one of them is legendary? That's interesting. Because it usually doesn't let you equip 2 of the same thing. Yeah, I mean, this is obviously an upgrade. It even... No, it doesn't. It does not inflict more damage. It does have 3% more damage reduction. Still got all that stun, but now also another level of poison. Because, you know, we didn't have enough poisons before. So I do see that elite up there. Whatever it is, I'm not looking forward to it. Oh wow, yeah, I'm really not looking forward to it. Actually, there are a lot of weapons where this would be a bigger problem than it is with our weapon, though. Because we can just poison the whole clouds of the bats at once. It doesn't really matter how many spawn. Ooh. Yeah, double purple's probably right. What if more poison? So we lose our dodge bomb, but we keep the damage reduction on enemy projectiles. I feel like that's just a straight upgrade. That's a really good necklace. Hooray. Hooray, fleeing. You know, one thing you cannot say is that we're bad at fleeing. We've honed that to a razor's edge. It may well be the case that no one has ever been better at fleeing than we are here at this moment. I knew there wasn't anything down there. I just wanted to break stuff. So wait, where is the... Okay, the bishop must be down here. All these enemies have canonical names, I'm sure. We know a couple of them, because they do pop up when you run into elite versions of the things. Just stand there and look at me pleadingly. Well, bad news for you, buddy. This dude has got no mercy. Oh, hey, wow. Okay, that's cool. Can't actually climb out of the... It's just... I was just, like, completely stun-locked there. I was trying so hard to jump, and it was taking, like, a full second after each contact for it to let me jump. So that's not great, but... Obviously, it's not the end of the world. That is recoverable. We are just about to reach a food shop, and that food shop will have considerable resources for us. Yeah, man, I love huge cloud of poison as a weapon. Really gets the job done. I thought I had waited long enough for it to turn around. Get him, single biter. When does just one biter spawn? How does that even happen? Well, that's not ideal. Also not ideal is the fact that all of a sudden, right at this moment, I have to sneeze very badly. Oh no. Oh no, the worst the worst has happened. The worst possible scenario has occurred. The sneeze feeling has just receded higher up into my sinuses, and now I don't have to sneeze, but I do feel very itchy. All the way inside a part of my body that I cannot really interact with, at least in a very profitable fashion. That's gonna drive me crazy. Do I want to even fight this? I don't think I want to fight this. That guy's gonna be a nightmare. Oh no! The poison's not getting passed into the green guy. Okay, there we go. Alright, that could have gone a little cleaner. Just a tiny little bit. Do we care about the color of our shield? Is that even a real concern? We could take this to replace our shield. I like some of the things the shield does, but having a root would actually be pretty good. Having the root plus the stun grenade. You know what? We're going to take it. I think it's actually a pretty good complement to this weapon. Oh wait, this isn't the right door. What am I doing? So do we have anything up? Do we want to go back for? No, not really. That's the last enemy. Okay, I think we're cool. So obviously we could here take Alienation, but I think I'm going to just try to... Oh, there's a... I didn't see the rune until right after I hit R. But I think the food shop in the ossuary is going to be good enough, right? Like we could just flask this away. I don't feel too bad about spending the 20k on the flask. Oh, right, the door. I was like, what is the thing we haven't put any cells into yet? I guess we could. I don't really want to unlock the door right now, but we'll prep it. We'll prep it for the theoretical run where we do suddenly want the door. Alright, so what is a good third mutation for us? It might be Tranquility. Tranquility is probably not going to be very useful against the boss, but we don't really have a support build. I think Tranquility probably makes the most sense. And I'm assuming it applies to all damage. It's a considerable amount of damage bonus, right? Let's take it. Okay, there is an indicator over our head when it's active, so we will be able to at least, like, feel out the distance a little bit. Do I want to, do I maybe want to buy an upgrade for my axe? It's not really that expensive. You know what? This is probably the wrong moment to be buying stuff, but I guess we already have enough money for the flask charge, and we will definitely make enough to be able to also afford the cough syrup if we really need it. I'm going to do it. Okay. 785 damage when recalled. Launches a grenade. I was kind of hoping it would roll bonus damage against poison, but you know. We can only get so lucky. So if I'm planning to definitely buy the flask refill, I should just flask now, right? We have exactly 5 melees, and yeah, it's reasonable. Just so nothing really stupid happens and kills us, right? Take this. We have burst damage again. It's wild. So, we still had the damage bonus there. How close to this guy do we have to get? Okay, wow. Actually, I did not realize you get that damage bonus pretty much all of the time. It's really only when things are like in melee range of you that it falls off. That seems bananas, given how powerful the bonus is. Although I guess a lot of enemies do try to teleport onto you. God, we're importing enemies from other areas of the map. This is bad. Okay. We dealt with this one. Oh, that was the wrong direction to roll. Oh, right. Those guys have a blueprint. Okay. That doesn't seem like it's going to be that bad, actually, to get. I think that should be doable. So let's... Okay, make sure he's alone. Oh, he's... Okay, that's one of the enemies that just turns into a green zombie. That makes sense. That would be real easy otherwise. Okay, stop putting up more stacks. Burst damage. Oh, hey, that's an actual item. Yeah, the fire turret. That's a good one. The boy's axe. Very, very good for blueprint hunting. Yeah, so the flamethrower turret is pretty much what it sounds like. You're not going to be shocked when you see it in action. This I don't care for. We're going to wait till the stun grenade's off cooldown. You can hear him repeatedly winding up, and it's making me so nervous. Alright, we'll try that again in just a moment here. There we go. The damage from the boy's axe was a necessary component. Yeah, actually, this is a really solid set of items. It does not probably work all that well against bosses. Well, you know what? Against the concierge, it probably will. I bet the root will work to some degree. He'll probably, it'll probably be like freeze, right? Where it works, the root works 100% at first, and then it slowly starts to lose effectiveness over time, and then you gotta stop using it for a while. to get it back to its full glory. Don't like this. Just let him live in the poison gas for a second. Okay, that was too many of these dudes in a small area for my taste, but we will survive. We will get through it all. That is not an upgrade. Not nearly purple enough. I do miss the security of the shield already a little bit. It's nice to have that panic button. You know, in a sense, I guess we've got a panic button still. The boy's axe is functional against like these guys. But it's with the shield, every once in a while something unexpected will happen and you'll just panic press your shield button and it will solve every single problem you are currently facing. We don't have anything like that here. Okay, so we found this. We know we're buying you. Let's just buy you right now. Is this thing real close to a portal? Eh, pretty close. That's not bad. Is that... I didn't really mean to jump into the fake wall there. Okay. There we go. I was gonna say, is that one of the moonflower things? Because it looked like it was really a really long passage into the wall, but I didn't remember there being one in the ossuary. But no, it turns out it's not. It's just a different, really weirdly long passage into a wall. I really want to find that cursed chest quickly. I feel like we are, maybe better outfitted for clearing a cursed chest than we ever have been at any other previous point. Yeah, sure. I'll take that. Right, with the combination of the super safe runaway weapon and the boy's axe and the stun grenades, it's just like I can take 10 enemies from a distance. I feel very confident of that. Damn it. Clumsy. There we go. Oh, there's a wall rune over there. I didn't realize that in this biome, the spaces with the wall runes in them don't always have all of the same like decorative garbage that most of the walls do. They appear recessed because they're just a block like that. That is a pretty good tell. Oh, that's on me. Oh no. Enemies, enemies. Aha! Look at me recovering some small amount of the health that I lost. It's nice to have a backup weapon for this because our gun is sadly very bad at it. Oh. It sure would be cool to find that cursed chest soon, though. I wish that the spooky bones buried in the wall of this place were a little bit more visually distinct from the way the plants in the walls on secret passages look. Oh, interesting. I probably want this over the lacerating aura. Yeah, and it freezes people, and this is a pretty good one. I will say this, though. If we take the cursed chest and I die with this blueprint, I'm going to be pretty bummed out. because this is a really good blueprint that I'm very glad we found. I was hoping to throw that while he was still over there so I could stun both of them. Oh, that's... I wish I had a better sense. I wish I had any idea of how to navigate this place. Better sense of what direction the cursed chest might be in. Wow, he actually one-shot my turret. Well, I guess the little slime dudes might have been involved. They hit pretty hard. That's not what I want to do. Up there. Get up there. There we go. We're going to avoid the elite for the moment, because we have not made our 60 yet, and we're on our way. We're getting close. Ooh. We might be a little out of time, though, actually. It's looking not so great for that. I guess let's go up this way. Listen, we might end up just not taking the cursed chest. I won't be happy about it, but I do not feel that we have the option of taking it to the boss. I don't consistently no-hit the boss. Damn it. There we go. Ah. That sucks. That sucks. Elite garbage is so frustrating. And I just could not see the warning for his energy thing because of all the stuff that was happening. There's a slasher on that platform too, isn't there? Yep. Okay. Well, that's not going to happen. As much as I like dodging creates a toxic cloud. So I'm going to leave a couple of enemies alive down here on purpose. We still don't even have Explorer's Rune. So in theory, there's a lot of level left. You know what? I'm going to go back to the food shop and... Is it this one? I think it's that one. Go back and buy the watermelon. We're going to do it anyway. We may as well do it now. I will feel a lot more secure. Pretty bummed out about the amount of damage that I took there. Okay, let's try going to the right here. Not even facing the correct direction. That shot was just to taunt him. Okay, here we go. So the chest is that away. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's enough enemies left. Alright. Obviously, we're going to go for it, because we do need all of the stats for all of the damage. But this is very doable. And this long area with no enemies in it is going to feel a lot less ominous now that I know for sure that there actually are no enemies in it. And the part that's spooky about them, about the weird long quiet hallways, is that I never feel like I know when an enemy might suddenly appear. All right, something cool and colorless. Oh, Hold on, let me grab these. We know what we're doing with these. 2,800 or 5,400. Unfortunately, we can't really compare that very well to... Yeah, it doesn't compare very cleanly to the to our other items. I don't think we're going to take it. DPS is probably a pretty good way of conveying the item's damage in a way that makes comparison useful in general. But there's a lot of complications going from this pair of weapons to that weapon and make it... DPS is not really telling the story on that one. You may be made from poison-proof stone, but you're not made from fireproof stone, despite the fact that that's... You would think that, in fact, he would in fact be fireproof. Okay. Didn't love it. Not super happy. We're probably just gonna sell this, right? Yeah, it's a good item, but I like our current items a little bit better. Okay, so let's go check out this shop and then roll through to some other enemies. Because at this point, all of our money is actually for equipment, right? So we can afford to spend a little bit here. I would not be heartbroken about a wolf trap, but we don't really need a wolf trap. We have a root already. Yeah, here we go. This is more what I was looking for. It's like, how does this thing actually compare to the sinew slicer? Triple the DPS, of course, not counting the sinew slicer's bleed. It does have plus 80% damage to poison target. You know what? I'm taking it. And we still have enough money left to buy the cough syrup, right? In case we should need it. I don't think we will. Alright, let's go clear out these guys, and then the guys right near the exit. Okay. I know that this may not be suggested by the panicked rolling, but that is pretty much how I intended that to go. Okay, two more. Just leave that for right now. It's close enough to a teleporter. It won't be a problem to get back to it. And I'm really glad that I did not finish off this little branch over here, because we would have been totally screwed. So what is the deal? There's two on this platform. One of them's all the way in the corner and unmoving? Or... No, okay, no, it's coming. It's just moving real slow. This is very doable. Hooray! May as well, right? Why not do this in perfect safety? Okay, I'm feeling pretty strong. Let's go eat a cherry and then get out of here. We didn't even have to buy the cough syrup. That feels pretty good. Like it was a dumb mistake in the prison depths that cost us a lot of health, but we have 100% fully recovered. And now we just have to not make any more dumb mistakes ever again. Shouldn't be a problem. Does it feel like we have fewer cells than usual at this point in the run? Do we want to just take the flamethrower turret now? No, I probably want to stick with our heavy turret. Like, we bought a good heavy turret for the situation. We'll get that thing later. Right now we are banking cells. I guess I have fewer cells because I put some into the emergency door. But we are very focused on putting cells into the forge at this moment. So let's go do that. Let's go do some of that. Okay, the root does... I should not have pressed both of my skill buttons there. That's a little clumsy. So the root totally does hold him for a while. I want to be on this side. You stay the hell over there. Yeah, I do not like him rapidly cycling through his attack animations. Makes me very nervous. Oh, I missed him. Okay. How many stacks of poison can one man hold? This turns out to be a fairly effective set of tools here. Obviously, I can't imagine the boy's axe doing anything at all against the giant. Do we want Wings of the Crow? I kind of like our goofy gimmick right now. I think Wings of the Crow's real good, but I think we're going to pass. We're going to pass on this one. Alright, 400 cells for the Mighty Forge. The Slumbering Sanctuary will definitely be considerably safer with us having a reliable source of root. Poison Blade. This thing attacks so fast that the strikes poisoning enemies feels like a big deal, and maybe it actually is worth taking. It definitely is a change in our strategy, and obviously it wouldn't play well with our Tranquility. $3,200 raw DPS. I think I'm gonna... and that's without the 50% bonus damage. I think I'm gonna skip, but I do think that's very good. I think I just want to keep doing the thing that we've been doing. It's a good strategy. The Balanced Blade's gonna require me to start playing, like, melee, and that is dangerous. We've seen on many occasions. That is a dangerous time. Okay, what am I doing? I just spent all my cells. Alright, Sanctuary it is. So this is where things start getting difficult. And this is probably a good time to start looking for a new weapon. A weapon that might be a little bit better for recovering health after taking a hit. So that we don't end up sacrificing so many flask charges to having taken small hits. I see you. I'm hoping those guys are not among the enemies that can turn around when rooted. Because if they're not, then the root's going to give us a tremendous amount of control. I can't tell if there's... I don't think there's anything else down here. Never mind, I was wrong. Well, he'll just poison out, though. Yeah, those, the Fog Bishop guys are not nearly as much of a danger as the training dummies. Oh. Well, my axe throw did nothing, because I managed to throw it exactly as he teleported. Pull him down here on purpose. I really thought that was going to take more effort than it did. God, there are so many golems. So many golems lurking in the background. That elite down there has a stat point for us. He is very not avoidable. Alright, what's going to be the best? I think it's probably going to be best to approach from, like, here. From this side. Because that way all of the enemies are at least on the in the same direction. Oh, hey, would you look at that? It's a challenge rune. It doesn't have the projectile damage reduction, but it does have oil fires and a point of HP. I'm gonna take it. I don't know if that's actually an upgrade, but just it feels like the raw health gain is significant. And then we're probably taking this, right? Over the stun grenade, because you don't have to get hit. You can just trigger it whenever you want. You can just fire it. Honestly, maybe not though. Enemies hit by this will thaw more slowly. Slow down after thaw is longer. I do like all that stuff. We get a really, really long stun out of the other thing. You know what? But this can prevent hits. So does the stun grenade also prevents hits. What am I talking about? So the question is, do we want to potentially sink a 16-hit combo for this? Because there's a pretty good chance I'll get hit at least once in here, right? I'm worried that I will not remember it if I don't take it now. And 16's not that big of a combo. Yeah, the primary motivator there is I'm worried I'll forget where it is. And not like in a sense that I'll be like, oh, now it's time to go do that thing. Oh no, I can't find it again. But rather that I will leave the area. And then as we're doing the exit animation go, oh shoot, that rune! Again, the importance of knowing thyself. I hate this one. I mean, the first platform in particular, because on these you can miss by a little bit and get the climb. Okay, this doesn't look so bad. Can I see what's ahead here a little bit? What's ahead? Me! Okay, so actually it's totally safe to stop and think on this platform. That was exactly the wrong time to go for that. Well, like I said, it was overwhelmingly likely that we would get hit at least one. Oh, come on. That was a really frustrating way to take just a huge amount of damage, like a terrifyingly huge amount of damage. Okay, well, I got, took a pretty big hit there while I was rolling, which is a shame. So, question. Do we flask? It is better to spend a flask charge on no malaise than it is to spend the heart on no malaise. But man, that was a really huge amount of damage. This is the danger of, part of the danger of being a purple build, right? Is you have very little room to play with. Very little room for error. I guess let's go down first, because it looks like there's a scroll in a shop. You know, the sadist's stiletto will probably be a good thing to replace the axe with as we go into the giant fight. I probably don't want to take one now, but like, if we find a weapon shop in the cavern, we might want to like re-roll aggressively for this. Yeah, I like that idea a lot. Would go really well with our thing. It'll give us some good burst damage for the eye. Yeah, neither one of these is even close to being takeable. We probably can't actually afford to spend much money here. I realized after I pressed the button at the shop. Because if we're hoping to be able to force a status stiletto during the next biome, that's going to be expensive. We have to, right? Yes. Yes, I think so, but I'm not happy with the group of enemies that we ran past on the way over here. I don't want to be cursed right now. That said, better these guys than golems and stuff, right? Just Please don't shoot me. Just trying to make sure. Because there is fog about. Don't want to be surprised by anything. Okay, I didn't think there was anything down here, but again, just trying to be sure. Alright, what is in here? Is it enemies? It is. Green bats, perhaps my favorite enemy, right here at this moment. Okay, there's a significant number of bats up there, and also something else. Okay, cool. I saw the notification for the damage line that time, at least. I really appreciate the... Oh, actually, hold on. Do we want that? Enemies that hit you freeze is definitely interesting. Prevents us from getting, like, super comboed, and... I think we'll stick with what we got now. I think that point of green is worth more health than the point of red, even though we have more green than red. Just because the difference between green and red is so significant. Wow, look at this. If I didn't have a stun grenade, I'd be, like, real concerned about this one. That's so many bats. What the hell? Well, I guess they're doing their level best to give us a chance to get a combo going. That was really, really a good time to be cursed. That is when you want to have it. Okay. So there's a dancer below. Actually, we could probably... If I could just step back far enough that we get some projectile fall. Oh, it looks like I can't. Wow, that's a big arrow. Okay, I hate that elite. Is that a... Oh, that probably is the way forward, huh? At the very least, it totally might be. Alright, let's try going this way instead first. This area could really use some teleporters. Ah, damn it. Alright, let's go fight the elite... Whatever, I guess we're going to learn what this enemy's name is. I probably already know it, but, you know my brain. Caster. Well, that's very nondescript. I hate it when enemies have a name that could easily equally apply to 10 other enemies in the same... Yo! Invisibility. That's a real no-brainer. So, a solid 20 points of stats. Not too bad. Is this going to be the way... This is the switch, right? This will be a thing that we have to go up to. I actually can't make my stupid brain climb up there. Oh, I'm gonna get hit here, right? How would I not get hit here? God damn it. Wow. Really? That sucks. That sucks so much. So the only teleport back is all the way back. Okay, well... We're gonna die to trap damage. This is the part where I throw my hands up in the air and surrender. The game has beaten me. That sucks so much. Okay, hold on. Let me just take a second here. So if we drink a flask, we're down to 2 flask charges to navigate the entirety of the caverns in the giant fight. We could just try to survive until an enemy drops food. And like some cherries or some watermelon puts us back in it. I think we have to go that way. I don't think we can... I don't think we can do the other thing here. Let's just get some enemies infected a little bit. Okay, there we go. Cherries are a good start. Heavy turret, you are simultaneously life-saving and absolutely terrifying. Alright, well that gets us into a slightly better position. And I think the plan just has to be play the game really well and don't get hit again until you find a watermelon. That is like a hugely frustrating thing, though, to lose 2 entire health bars to static traps. It's just like... That's one of those things that it happens, and it makes you really start doubting your abilities, which is, I think, maybe the worst place we could be in right now. Not that I'm one of those, you know... I'm not trying to say that we actually play better when we are feeling positive. As a person who almost always feels negative, I can tell you, feeling negative doesn't actually prevent you from doing well. But I do feel better about whether or not I'm doing well when I feel positive. There's a lot of people who will try to instill a lot of ideas about the power of positive thinking and how it actually like materially changes situations. And I don't want to say that you shouldn't try to think positively, but I do, as a person who suffers from self-discouragement really badly, I can tell you, and people who have watched the channel for long enough have seen this happen many times, even in situations where I am very discouraged, wonders are still possible. It absolutely happens. And if I would say that wonders happen more in that state than in the other state, although that might just be because I am more often in that state. Okay, so there he is. I knew there was a golem coming over. Yes, thank you. I should probably have waited on that. I should not have eaten that. Should have waited to see if we were going to get malaised. So this way could be the way to the cavern, or it could be further down here. If only invisibility kept the spikes from seeing me to deal damage to me. Is this the way forward? It is indeed. That said, you know, no Explorer's Rune means that there are still potentially scrolls. Which means we pretty much do have to go back here and try those other directions. We can't just be leaving without the scrolls, as much as I would love to get the hell out of here while we still have a reasonable number of flask charges left. The loss of the heart really hurts. I think getting to the giant fight with the heart still up is going to be so valuable. Please, come down here into my terrible cloud of doom. So this is just going to be... Oh, hey, how's it going? This is just going to be cells, right? I mean, listen, I'll take some cells. It feels like maybe that should scale up a little bit. Hold on a second. Oh, I thought the bottom part of that wall was maybe a rune, because it is a little recessed. Yeah, we're just going to not engage with that golem, because I don't have to, and you can't make me. But SB, what if he has some watermelon? He can just live with it. Man, he can just enjoy that. That's a gift from me to him. Alright, so there is one more scroll piece, and we probably shouldn't skip that. Oh, also there's this. That might be worth having. Take that, Adore. Okay, the golem shouldn't be aware of us. Oh, hey. If we just stay off the bottom level of this thing, I think we'll be okay. Oh, there's a different training dummy over here. That's a pretty scary situation there. I was really worried about rolling through him too early and getting caught by the bomb. Okay, this is all we actually need. We can just leave now. So do we want to... I guess the fastest way out is going to be through here, I think. Okay, apparently this golem got aware of me somehow, which is a bummer. Hooray, root. Yeah, the boy's axe is awesome. Having access to a root on command is, like, amazingly powerful. Alright, I don't know that I want this bad enough to go through all the trouble we'd have to go through to get it. I think I'm just gonna leave. We're not in the best place in the universe, but I think this is still a run on which we could get to the giant and have a reasonable chance of beating him. I believe that could still happen. At this point, I am going to put some cells into the flamethrower turret and then maybe, like, that fancy outfit? Because we're not taking cells to the giant right now. I do not have that level of confidence. Where's that fancy outfit? There it is. What if I was a legend? What if I were a legend? I'm gonna save money for actually inside the cavern. And I don't think I want to change my mutations. I think I'm pretty happy with these. Yeah, I gotta say, like, sometimes dumb stuff happens and it feels like it's the game's fault. And I get frustrated when we take damage that way. But I get way more frustrated when we take damage in a way that's clearly my fault. Like, getting hit by those traps, I'm just like, I'm so annoyed with myself. I am trying to let it go. Because it is certainly not productive. But it is not easy. Not easy to do. I'm real good at continuing to blame myself for things. It might be my greatest strength. There, see, I turned it into a positive. Oh, the stun grenade didn't stun him because shield, right? Also, I'm a little surprised that imp was able to finish his attack. Alright. So I think our plan is to try to get a Sadist Stiletto if we can. Are you stun-proof? You are. Shit. These crow guys are pretty terrifying. They have a lot of tools. Oh, he started to jump down and then he thought better of it. I get that. It's not a great idea to come down here. And if we get a Sadist Stiletto early on, then we can actually potentially use it as a way to recover health when we get hit, instead of having to flask after each contact. I like that. The way that went, it looked like he hit his head on the ceiling and exploded because of the force of it. I guess that could have just been a root. I didn't need to spend a grenade on that. Here, we definitely want to have grenade available. Oh, stun-proof. I guess he's a big scary dude. I can see why that might be the case. Yeah, partway through doing this, I realized this cannot possibly be the way forward. Well, how do you think? Left or right? I guess left has the big outside open area. That usually indicates forward, right? What about root? Root works! Aha, nothing is root-proof. Root's always effective. Nope. Never mind, not always. There was definitely something else walking around over here. Oh, this guy. Yeah, may as well take that now. I mean, if we can reveal some more space, we should come down here and reveal some more space just to get the rune up as quickly as possible, right? Man, this axe. What a weapon. What a ridiculous tool. Okay. I'm not sure how... So we have to reveal 75% of the map, right? To get our Explorer's rune to go off. I'm not exactly sure how that works here. Like, I'm sure it doesn't actually mean 75% of the map, given what percentage of the map is just empty space. Oh, you don't have to... Huh, the Garland key thing just remains claimed. Was there anything over here? Wow. It kicked me off the wall. We did the climb there, and I was thinking I was going to be able to hang, and it just kicked us right off. That sucks. I was going to say, I don't remember if there was anything in the other room, if there were any gems or anything, but we're not going to go check now. Okay, we could probably... There we go. And the music in here is pretty good too, huh? I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there are some elements of Dead Cells that are, like, pretty well executed. Like this. Oh, it did root him, but he still teleported. We found the edge of the root effectiveness. It only prevents leg movement. I'm gonna not interact with that guy if I don't have to. Do I have extra jumps? No. I kind of want to go out there, but I also I'm real scared about the distance. Okay, everything's fine. And it turns out we did need to come out here. Are you root-proof? Yes. Wow. Well, disengagement triggered, so we probably oughta. You know, this is the part we still have trouble with. Alright, so rooting them is effective as long as you don't do anything that makes them want to teleport. As soon as they want to teleport, things get dicey again. Look, I'm revealing more map. There's definitely still a scroll of power up to the left here. 2 flask charges remain. Not feeling awesome about it. Tranquility is up to 48%? Is that what that said? What an incredibly powerful thing. Alright, how are these gonna... We're gonna start seeing turrets that compare potentially favorably to the heavy turret. This is not quite there yet, though. You know what we could do? We have a couple of types of turret available in the collector. We could just do one of those. We could get one of those for the fight. Oh, right, Oiled Sword is red. What am I thinking? So I'm gonna not take this. Yeah, probably our plan is unlock a thing for the fight. Ow, wow. Okay, well I managed to recoup a little bit of health there. Oh, hey. Oh. Okay. More incentive. I do want that. I do want that pretty badly. Please just die. Okay. Whew. Yeah, the axe actually, it does enough burst to recover us a fair amount of health when we take a big hit like that. I love this. I love this guy being shoved all the way in the corner. Oh, right. Right, we fought an elite. I should probably, like... 4 stats, but probably not actually better than our current neck. And unfortunately, there's no way to reroll these. Well, we are accidentally being quite thorough. Alright, let's deal with the ranged guy first here. I didn't mean to fall off the platform. I was going to just back up a step and then jump over the projectile, and I fell off the platform, so my jump just carried me back up into it. It's very not ideal. Come on. Come on. Oh, you coward. Oh, you huge baby. Those guys teleport, right? Is he not going to... Oh, he was... My axe was stuck in him, and I guess that... He was too far away to consider teleporting. Alright, tell me... Oh, yes, it is a weapon shop. Wow, we didn't have to reroll at all. So the question is, do we take it now, or do we probably wait until we're about to go through the boss door, right? Because for the moment, the axe is doing incredible work for us. But yeah, we'll come back and get that. Only 4,400. How do you even run a business with these profit margins? I just don't understand it. So in theory, we could probably just run past a lot of stuff, I suppose, now that we know that we have the money for our knife. That said, though, like every enemy who could potentially drop food probably needs to be probed for food. And that means every enemy, right? Plus, if we ignore a lot of enemies and just like run really deep into the enemy formation, and then something goes wrong and we get revealed, we will have no way to escape safely, so probably for the best we take this relatively seriously. Is that guy dead already? Wow. Our poison's getting powerful. Yeah, wow, it really is. Okay, there's no reason to go up there. So is that thing full of blood? Is that why it makes that noise? Some kind of magical light trap that for some reason is just filled with blood? You know, it's not out of tone for this place. Okay, I don't really care for the fact that he turned around as the axe hit him. That is not how that should have gone. And now we find ourselves in the difficult position again. I guess I'm not flasking until after disengagement triggers, and that means that the flask will at least remove it will remove 4 points of malaise. Gotta optimize these last little bits of resources. Okay. Hey, that's pretty handy. Maybe you could all drop some delicious food? Perhaps some watermelon would be nice? Listen, watermelons are heavy. I don't know if you come from a part of the world where you have easy access to watermelons. But watermelons are heavy. You don't want to be carrying that stuff around all the time. Set that guy off and then try to pull him down to this platform to fight. Or he's just going to die up there. I guess that's fine. I just wanted to fight away from the trap. Why am I rolling? The enemy is stationary. He is no threat to us. Unless we roll in front of him. And even after saying that, I still find myself executing the panic roll. It becomes reflex at some point. You roll so much in this game. Could have food, probably should. I mean, I think he'll be no danger to us at all, right? If we just do this thing and then crawl down the chain. I accidentally stomped him to death. Getting to the part of the cavern where you get these, like, really weirdly shaped formations. It is not clear to me what will happen if we root the bird while it's facing toward us. It probably wouldn't be any more of a threat, as long as it's, you know, far enough away that it can't shockwave us. But it feels a lot safer to do it while he's facing away. So we have no idea here. Still no idea at all. 26. Okay, that's what I was hoping would happen. Yeah, our heavy turret's doing considerable damage. Honestly, who knows if it's even a good idea to replace the heavy turret. Maybe we should just stick with it instead of unlocking a new turret. I guess I could unlock a new turret. We don't need the stun grenade against the boss. I'll unlock a new turret to run alongside the heavy turret. Ah, jeez. Okay. Thank you, stun grenade. Oh, that's backwards. Is this guy gonna pop up here? He should be able to see us. I'm trying to make sure there's lots of poison waiting for him. You would think a throwing axe to the brain case would be, like... Right? You would think that would be the thing that would decide the fight. I wouldn't have to do other attacks. Oh good, a 30-kill combo. I am not optimistic about our chances of hitting any combo doors here. Well, there's no way this path to the left is the way forward, but it is more space covered for the rune. Oh, okay, apparently that's not going to work the way I wanted it to. I thought maybe he would just, you know, try to punch the turret a bunch. That's not what I meant to do. Shoot. Can't get up. Why would I roll in front of it? I just rooted it. Why would I do that? What could possibly be the use case there? Alright. This is the time. I do believe it is reasonable to think that we can get into the giant with this last flask charge. We gotta be close to the end of this, right? So, not awesome in terms of resources remaining, but we should be able to put up some decent damage. I have more faith after what we saw during the last fight. Like, our damage values get up pretty high. Maybe this is the way forward. This is a considerable amount of distance that we are traveling here. Yo, okay. Is there anything over here? No, just platform. Okay. Whew. Like I said, stressful. It is a stressful time and place. Okay, a shop. We should probably check it out. What's in here? A thing that we should probably check out. Honestly, don't care. Don't care. Couldn't be worth it. It couldn't possibly. I care about scrolls and living. That's where we are right now. Okay. So we could potentially see a very powerful turret here. Let's do a little bit of re-rolling. I don't really think it's too likely that I want anything other than a turret. What are you at? 7,000, but you don't have the plus damage bonus. I think that's a no. Oh. Limited number of rerolls, it turns out. That's interesting. And then obviously we push it up to S rank. Does it really just have a higher... It does just flat have a higher... Oh, each shot inflicts 7,000 DPS. Well, that said, do I think this is going to be able to... It'll be able to shoot the hands, but not the eye. And the eye is the thing that really matters, right? I think I'm going to stick with the one that gives us a damage bonus, and we'll just, we'll S rank it and maybe re-roll it a little bit. But its damage is not what really matters. Okay, we're close. We do have... Well, actually, that scroll does not improve DPS. We do not have to go for that. Let's push through the exit, then go back and buy the knife, and then go challenge the giant with our powerful schemes. I feel pretty good about this. Dumb mistakes, stealing a flask charge and a heart, I think that's pretty likely to actually be the difference here, right? In terms of killing the giant. But I'm not upset about that idea. Like the fact that but for a couple of mistakes we would have done it, because, that bodes pretty well for us being able to do it tomorrow. But it is health, though. The thing is, I should still get it. And not only is it health, it's that amount of health plus that 60% of that amount of health, right? Because we'll flask, and the amount of flask is based on our max HP, so we should definitely get it. I'm just livid in terror over here. Just kind of hoping... Oh, Jesus. Just kind of hoping we could turn invisible before he fired. Alright, give me that sweet, sweet 23% HP. Our HP is still looking pretty bad. That's a lower number than you want to see at this point in the game. Alright, let's go shopping. It's this shop, right? Okay. And it doesn't really matter what the traits on it are, because we're going to reroll them. You've done some fine, fine work for us there, boys axe. So we're going to have... What's the actual DPS of this thing? Wow, the crit modifier is considerable, given how easy it is to activate. Alright. We are going to put up some deeps. I don't think it's going to be a win, but we're going to put the fear into him, so he knows next time when we show up, it's going to be a thing. Yeah, magic missiles. That's cool. We'll play with that on a future run. Let's not actually unlock it right now, but we'll put it to 1, and then we'll go throw a bunch of cells into that outfit. That's my we got close to the giant reward outfit. Who doesn't like tentacles? I ask you. Okay, you need to upgrade my knife. And then, obviously, it would be great if we could get a... Here, let's upgrade this too. Be great if we could get damage... Oh, I forgot to replace the stun grenade. Shoot. Well... Oh, no, that's right. I didn't replace it because I was going to do... Totally forgot. Totally forgot. Well... Like I said, I didn't think we were going to get it anyway. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, do we want to change this up? It probably doesn't matter too much. This I'm going to reroll a few times. I would love to see bonus damage against poison. We can get bonus damage to bleeding, which suggests to me that we'll be able to get bonus damage against poison, because I was a little worried that those might not appear on this weapon, because they'd obviously be very powerful. I think we are just spending all of our money looking for that one affix, right? Well, didn't get it. So this one doesn't have very good stuff. That generates a toxic cloud around the trap when we place it. You know, that's not nothing. I don't think these are very relevant, though. Yeah, neither are those. Okay, we tried. Alright, let's go fight a giant. And we're gonna put up a couple of real big strikes. He's not gonna die, but he's gonna be on notice that soon. Soon he will be dead. Sometime in, you know, the next sometime in the next couple of weeks, we're gonna get him. And I mean, we may as well save the no, we're not doing this. Crouch, jump, crouch. See, that's how you're supposed to do that. Yeah, that's pretty good, man. I shouldn't have done that. He was already poisoned. Do you need to keep this alive? Yeah, that's, like, very compelling, actually. That's what I would describe as a compelling amount of damage. Losing time. Losing DPS time. Yeah, I should have waited for disengagement to fire. That's the wrong direction to jump in. Okay, that's a fair amount of HP regen. Ah! I got caught off guard. I didn't realize he could just start doing that without the eye laser component of it. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. With the extra 2 flask charges and properly waiting until disengagement triggers before drinking the first flask charge, I have no doubt that we would have made it there. Which I think is fundamentally pretty heartening. That's a good performance. So obviously, that is going to have to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. These are just going to be 2 videos in length, and also there's 4 other series running at the same time. Video games. But we are not giving up. We're doing so well. When you come back next time, tomorrow, I think there's a very real chance we're going to take him down. And we'll see you then.